going on, you guys? It's your man James, aka JP, back again with the Toy Room. So, Sony just announced the full lineup of games for the PlayStation Classic that's coming out in December, and the list is very subpar, to say the least. Now, there is a silver lining, because you should be able to hack at the PlayStation Classic since it is powered by what looks to be USB-C, if not regular USB. So you should be able to plug it into your computer and hack it, same way you did the NES and Super Nintendo Classic. But let's just run through this games list really quickly, and let me know down in the comments below what your guys' opinions are on these list of games, because honestly, these really aren't classic PlayStation games in my opinion. First one we have here is Battle Arena Toshinden. Now, I've heard of the game, I've never actually played it, but it is some sort of fighting game. And, you know, that looks okay, but I wouldn't say that's a classic PlayStation game, you know, synonymous with the PlayStation. Moving on, we have Cool Borders 2. And, you know, Cool Borders was an okay game. You know, it was a fun snowboarding game, but is anybody really looking forward to playing any sort of sports titles on a PlayStation Classic? That seems like filler to me. Moving on, we have Destruction Derby, which is just a self-explanatory. It's a Destruction Derby game. You know, that's not... It's just an average game. It's nothing that really I feel should be included with the PlayStation Classic. Obviously, we got a classic game in Final Fantasy VII, you know, which is great. No complaints there. Love Final Fantasy. Then we have the original Grand Theft Auto, and, you know, that's cool because I've actually never played the original Grand Theft Auto 1 or 2 on the PS1. So it's great to have it included on here. Unfortunate that they didn't include the second one as well, but it's great to see where Grand Theft Auto started. So I have no problems with that. I like that being on here. Next up is Intelligent Cube, which I remember playing back in the day on one of those demo discs that the PS1 had. And it was a cool little puzzle game, but again, not a classic game, not a game that I feel like should be included with, you know, this set. Next up is Jumping Flash, which I believe we heard about when it was originally announced. This is a game I've never played, so I don't have much to say on that. We have the original Metal Gear Solid. That is a classic game that definitely needed to be included with this, and I'm glad that they did. We have Mr. Driller. Never even heard of this game before. We have Oddworld, which Oddworld was a great game on the PS1, so that's something. It's not so much, it's more of a cult classic than a classic, but definitely deserve to be included on here. We have the original Persona. Now, I've never got into the Persona games, but I know we're on like Persona 5 now, so in my opinion, to me, it's not a classic game just because I've never gotten into it, but I know there's a huge following for Persona, so I'm sure it deserved to be on this list. We have the original Rayman. That's a classic with the PS1, so no complaints there. We have Resident Evil's Director's Cut. Resident Evil, another classic game with the PS1, so, you know, that's good there. We have Ridge Racer Type 4, classic. I would have liked to see Gran Turismo on here, but we got no Gran Turismo. We did get Ridge Racer, which we knew about. This one caught me by surprise. Super Street Fighter 2 Turbo Puzzle Fighters. Hey, I don't know why they included Puzzle Fighter on here, but they did. Yeah, I have no issues with Puzzle Fighter, but again, is it a classic game? Siphon Filter, that's a classic game with the PS1. Tekken 3, my favorite Tekken of all time, so I'm very happy with that. The original Rainbow Six, you know, it's an okay game, but is it a classic? Twisted Metal, that's a classic. And Wild Arms, which we knew about before. So, out of all of these games, in my opinion, the ones that are classic and synonymous with the PS1, Final Fantasy, Grand Theft Auto, Metal Gear, Oddworld, Rayman, Resident Evil, Ridge Racer, Siphon Filter, Tekken, and Twisted Metal. The rest of this pretty much seems like filler to me. We didn't get any Crash Bandicoot, no Tomb Raider, no Spyro, and those were arguably the mascots of the PS1 and some of the biggest titles on the PS1 and just in general, and they're not included on here, and I have no idea why. But I'm not too worried about it because, again, you should be able to hack it, no problem. But just with the NES Classic, we got Zelda, Mario Kart, F-Zero, Super Nintendo, same thing. So Nintendo, as far as when it comes to the games, they pretty much got it down pat. They know what they're doing. They put all the classic games on here. Sony with the PS1 Classic. A lot of it looks like filler to me, which definitely does suck, but I'm still gonna get it. I'm still, hyped for it. This brings the hype down a little with the uncertainty with knowing if we'll be able to hack it or not. That's one thing, but if we are able to hack it, then this list doesn't matter because you can put your own list on there. And if we're not able to hack it, this list is subpar, but it's still a cool piece to have in the collection. So we'll have to wait and see when it comes out if we can hack it or not, but more than likely we'll be able to. But yeah, this is the list. Again, subpar, very underwhelming list. But let me know what your guys' thoughts and opinions on these games down in the comments below. And that's pretty much it. So I'm going to go ahead and get on out of here. I hope you guys enjoyed this video. If you did, make sure you like, comment, and subscribe. Share this video with your friends. Be sure to follow me on Instagram. That link is in the description down below as always. And as always, I'll see you guys next time.